Introduction.
Having gone through an acrimonious, financially devastating divorce with a very uncooperative co-parent, now a decade and a half later, and with my children being over the age of 18, I feel that these tips can be helpful to others. So, you met someone, fell in love, got married, and had kids. Then sadly, the dream gets shattered. Do you know? Divorce and co-parenting don't have to suck. Here are common sense tips for peaceful, harmonious existence as divorced co-parents. Number 1. Hurt people hurt people. So temper your temper. It's okay to feel hurt, angry, upset even, because you're divorcing. But actively trying to hurt or destroy the other person is cruel and makes the situation more acrimonious than it needs to be. What is each person's end goal with a divorce? For you and your children to be happy and thriving, or to fight it out to the dirty end at all costs? Number 2. Wherever possible, try to come to peaceful, amicable agreements between yourselves when it comes to dividing assets and co-parenting children. Because once you get lawyers and especially the court involved, much of your life and choices are bound by the courts. Number 3. Attorneys and court fees can be very costly and can even render you bankrupt. So instead of lining the pockets of attorneys, use that money on yourself and your children. Take a vacation. Treat yourself to something nice. Put some money in your children's college funds. Anything would be better than wasting it on attorneys. Number 4. If you absolutely need to retain an attorney, do your research. Although your attorney is supposed to be working in your best interest, often they work to serve their own agenda. Blindly choosing an attorney to represent you can mean the difference between sanity and insanity and being financially stable or bankruptcy. Number 5. Ask questions and get clear answers, including about costs. Once you retain an attorney you are comfortable with, keep all your appointments and be mindful of every moment spent interacting. Time with your attorney is money out of your pocket. And do check any invoices you receive from your attorney thoroughly prior to payment. If there's anything on the invoice that you're not certain about, question it. Number 6. Be fair when dividing assets. Financially secure parents also mean a secure life for your children. Number 7. Consider the physical and psychological impact of acrimony and toxicity on your children. Some states require that both parents attend a Children of Divorce class prior to a divorce being finalized. I suggest attending it well in advance of having to take the class. Some of it is just common sense that parents should already know, but since divorcing parents tend to be all up in their feelings and emotional, some basics tend to be overlooked. The class helps both parties to keep things in perspective. Number 8. Are you being difficult and disagreeable just to be petty? Be respectful, cooperative, and flexible, especially when it comes to co-parenting. Always, always keep the focus on being the best person you can be for yourself and your children. How you navigate trying times in your life and treat the other person is a template for your children to follow throughout their own lives. Number 9, do not weaponize your children against the other parent. Period. Kids are not toys or game pieces for you to use and abuse to satiate your bruised ego. I repeat, it is not okay to do it. Ever. Number 10. Having to go back and forth between two households can be confusing and taxing on children, but it doesn't have to be. The more united and cohesive both parents are with lifestyle and discipline, the more well-adjusted children will be with a divided household. Number 11. When it comes to co-parenting and time sharing with the children, try to stick to agreed schedules as best you can and keep clear records of dates and times of appointments and activities. Number 12. You most certainly did not sign up to be divorced and a single parent. So the reality of it can range from sad to debilitating, emotionally, physically, and financially. Therefore, it is vital to have or develop a good support system. Lean on loved ones if you need help, and professional therapy with a psychologist or mental health counselor would be beneficial to all parties involved, even the children. Number 13. Disagreements with your ex are inevitable, but for the sake of everyone, try to meet somewhere in the middle if you can't agree on something. Number 14. Sadly, your relationship did not last. It may be difficult in many ways to move forward, but try to look on the bright side of things. Divorce gives you the opportunity to start over and be the architect of your future as it relates to your lifestyle, well-being, and how you run your new household, and maybe even a new romance. Number 15. To the parent required to pay child support. It's not about you having to pay your ex. Child support is to support your child or children because the goal is to, as best as possible, maintain the pre-divorce lifestyle for the children. They should not have to struggle or suffer because you and your spouse's relationship failed. To the parent receiving child support, the same is true. Number 16. Also, to the parent required to pay child support. Whether child support is established through the court system or not, if you truly love and care for your children, your goal should be to help them get established on their own 2 feet when they come of age. If you have the means, don't abruptly cut off child support at 12 midnight on their birthday. In fact, some jurisdictions allow for continued child support until the child graduates high school, even if they're 18. That may be explicitly stated in the divorce decree, but in some cases, the parent receiving child support may have to provide a letter from the high school on school letterhead stating that the student is still enrolled, and submit this to the court and the disbursement agency in order for the child support to formally continue. Divorce and co-parenting don't have to suck. Thanks for watching.